Hello, I'm Floyd, and this is World of Tanks. I'm in the 103. The 103. I've just been in the 103. Funnily enough, I'm in the IS. Oh, nearly said IS-7. Then I'm in the IS-3. It's good to know what tank you're in when you're driving it. Well, thankfully, this is obviously a replay. So anyway, I'm in the IS-3 on hills in a platoon. It's a tier 9 game, so we're not going to heavy corner with the E-75, and in fact, he's camping the bake. So their chat is probably very lively. So we're going to cover the middle, the platoon, and keep an eye on the island because no one's gone, and we can't really deal with that at the moment. And he's gone as well. So we should be able to cover the island from here and shoot up the hill as well. Now I tend to, if I'm on this map in this tank, I tend to cover the guys going up the hill from here anyway, because you're in a bit of a dip if you notice. So from the other side, all they can really hit is your turret. Arty can hit you anywhere, so you have to be very aware of them. And you can also cover the island to a certain extent as well. And I hope that went through. Somebody's got hit by Arty. 87s, I think he's up on their sniper deck, isn't he? Right, I'm spotted, move back. The thing about this tank is I say I bought it back about 6 months ago. The first time I had it is when I first had the game. And it was the Russians were the first line that I sought to get to the top of. So I pretty much rushed through it. There was a reason for that, and that was because they were moving the IS-4 to its... Hang on. Oh yeah, right out in the open, so I'm spotted. They were moving the IS-4 up from where it was to its own tier and pushing it up to a 10. So if you got to the IS-7, which is what we tried to do, in fact what we did do, you get a free tier 10 tank, plus you get the IS-8 as a replacement for the IS-4. So that's what I did. But what they intended to do was mean I rushed through the tanks and did appallingly bad in them, really. He's still out in the open, look. He's not a bad player either, so I don't know what's going on there. He's firing, so he's not AFK. I wonder if he's got that glitch where you just can't move the tank. You generally have to crash the game, don't you, and then reload in, and then it's fine. But he's firing, so he's still there. But not moving, so that was a bit odd. Or maybe someone done his engine. Ah, I'll have to check that after. So anyway, yeah, I did very bad in this, and I think the win rate on it is something like 45%. But when I had the tank, I was well and truly the deepest red of tomato, and I've managed to improve a little bit since then. But I still make stupid mistakes in it. I wouldn't put that down as a stupid mistake, just getting hit there, because I think I needed to come across and help, but you will see. The whole reason when I cover the hill on this map from around about F4 is because of the gun depression. So I am aware of it, but I seem to forget it at times. Anyway, more about that later. So I had one gold lined up, and that was meant for the 110. But I didn't have a shot, and rather than reload, I just put it into him, and I'd already lined up the AP for the next shot, which was supposed to be for the type, which he did eventually get. I also carried 2 repair packs on this tank, and that's not generally how I run tanks, but this the reason I bought this tank back in the first place was because of they brought out the team battles, and that's what we were using for that. So this tank is very much set up for team battles. It's got my best Russian crew in it, you know, Brothers in Arms, Sixth Sense, and and not camo apparently, repairs. So I have 8 hit points, and up until now I think in this tank I've done, even though I've lost most of my health, I think I've been pretty conservative, but active as well. Never gonna get that in, but that may. And it did. And my problem, which I still seem to have, is overconfidence. I tend to get a little bit overconfident with the tank. And when you've got 8 hit points, yeah, that's not wise. So he's angled again, sort of, but it still went through. Nice. Someone, and he's finished off. So they've got artillery still. That may get to the engine if I get it there, but it went left, but tracked him anyway. Who just... oh, the RC just took out their AMX. So still playing fairly conservative. Try not to knock trees down. There you go. Still playing with patience. The Chi-Ri, the very brave Chi-Ri. I can't get the RTs behind a rock. RT-30's just gone. But we're still in good shape. The RT has gone. Okay, so time to move forward a touch. Stay in cover, so behind the rock. Still playing to conservative. Bearing in mind I should be remembering at all times the tank's strengths and weaknesses. Okay. So about there is where my conservative play seems to get left, right at that rock. Because I'm about to go to the E75, up a hill, with no depression, with 8 hit points. And I think that ended about the way it should have done, really. Yeah. And that's why I think I don't do so well in this tank. So, we did good damage. We did pretty good. All we had to do was survive, and just 8 hit points, and I went after an E75, and it wasn't even a guaranteed one shot neither. As soon as the gun went up, I remember as soon as the gun went up in the air, I went in sniper mode thinking, right, I'll get it just far enough to hit his turret, and it went up in the air, and it was like, damn. But it was too late by then. But what's the Chi-Ri? He had him, what was he on, 500-600 health, that E75? I think the E75 is actually running the smaller of the two guns. I think it's the tier 9 gun he's running, which has about an 8-second reload, and the Chi-Ri was bouncing right up until the point he turned and gave him the front tracks to aim at, which is where I believe he got him. Okay, because of my stupidity at the end, that cost me. I only ended up with a class 2 mastery. Still top scored though, and we did 3.5k damage, just under. What did we do? We shot 13, hit 12, and penetrated 10. So all in all, not too bad. Just a disappointment at the end.